you want to be a winner, not only have to understand how to win, but to understand how to consistently win.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
That's our brand of football. If you want to be a winner, not only have to understand how to win, but to understand how to consistently win.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
That's our brand of football.
Okay. All right. Looks like StreamYard fixed their glitch with the microphone changing, but here we go. Welcome, everybody, to the Nick Shine Show. I am your host, Nick. Pleasure to have you here with me. We are 48 hours and 25 and a half minutes away from kickoff versus the Bills. Make sure you are here on this channel Sunday, 12:30. Dylan Terraman and I will be with you for the game. We're going to talk about that. We're going to take our final look at the Bills, the Friday breakdown here on the Nick Shine Show. So hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Welcome. We're trying to hit a new plateau. We're trying to get to 1,800 before the end of the month. Be a part of the rise. That's what she said. Ladies and gentlemen, Blitz BK.
It's got me.
Gentry covered in football!
Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show. Dim the lights, but it's still bright as Nick time. Day or night, this is his prime, it's Nick Shine. Proud fan, well defined, to get in line. Toe to toe with any show, he only got 9. The best show on YouTube, bro, is easy. We talk Jets all day, please believe me. Subscribe, you just gotta click a family. We not a click in 3D. You can see a beautiful DP. We see through the fake teams and the tea leaves. So we pray for a coach and a QB and hope that we close to the top in the new league. A toast to the host with the most, Nicky.
Who, me?
Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show.
Fantastic.
Yes. You know what'll be fantastic? Winning this game Sunday. Winning 3 out of 4 at home. If the New York Jets are going to be the team that we need them to be, we want them to be, and we are desperate for them to become, you have to win division games. You have to take care of business in the division. Otherwise, 2 weeks in, you're 2.5 games out because you lose the tiebreaker to them. You're 2.5 games out 7 days into the season. So we have to win this game. We need the chips in front of us. We need to stop giving our chips to everybody else for tiebreakers, for advantage. Now, how do we do that? Well, thank you for tuning in. I'm going to tell you. First things first, control the clock. Breaking news a few minutes ago, Ed Oliver is out. Ed Oliver has been a one-man wrecking crew at times against us. This is a great advantage for us because I don't know if you watched the game last week, but our offensive line just did laundry, part of the towel. Shout out to Gator with the washing machine right there. Okay, actually, that's a dryer, I believe. So, Joe Tittman and company have got to take advantage of this. We have got to take advantage of the middle of the field being open. Something that we saw a lot of in the preseason. Something we saw the Jets do time and time again was run it right between the tackles with Braylon Allen. I expect to see Braylon Allen to get more touches this week. I expect to see Braylon Allen be a vital part of this offense. Third down conversions, breaking some tackles, second and longs, maybe getting some conversions. I want Braylon Allen running free. With Ed Oliver out, that opens up a lot of things. Now, it's Friday. The Jets probably had 98% of their game plan installed already. I believe that they were going to run it anyway. This doesn't change the plays that you wanted to implement throughout the week, but anything that we were going to do up the middle was already implemented. You just go to those plays. Sometimes you'll hear quarterbacks or offensive coordinators say, we didn't even run that play during the week, but it just felt right to do in the game. This is something that Braylon Allen should be a part of. This screams to me traps, dives, ISOs, powers, straight ahead. Have Ruckert in there at tight end, motion Beck as a double tight into the backfield, and smash mouth football straight ahead time and time again. Ed Oliver is a great player. There's no doubt in my mind Ed Oliver is a great player. This is a huge advantage for us. This swings it in our direction a little bit. This would be the equivalent of Quinnen being out for us. So you know how devastating that would be for the interior of our defense without Quinnen. So without Ed Oliver, I expect to see 40 rushes. You guys know, if the New York Jets get to 40 rushes, I don't think they lose a game this year. They got to 39 last week, and they lost. So if we get to 40, that's my benchmark. That's my number. We can dominate. Keep Josh Allen on the sideline. Listen, Josh Allen's a tremendous player. Josh Allen is a great player. I'm going to get to the offense in a little bit. But you saw Sunday night as we were sitting here. Several people in the chat were saying Bills are 0-1, four-way division tie. I was like, there's 10:41 left in the game. Let's wait a little bit. We waited. It's not a four-way tie. Not everyone's 0-1. No lead is safe. Josh Allen is a tremendous player. He's the reigning MVP. Undeservedly. It should have been Saquon, but the voters only vote for quarterbacks. That's a different topic for another day. But Josh Allen is the man. He's him, as the kids say. So I want him on the bench more. You got to run the ball. Now, some other news for the Jets on the offense. Josh Reynolds seems to be a little gimpy. Now, that leads to Ty Johnson, probably return and debut of Alan Lazard, Arian Smith. Different guys are going to have to step up. Is it catastrophic? No. He had 2 catches last week. But bringing Lazard in, I think Lazard can do 2 catches. You just hope there's not a catastrophic drop. You hope you should get better blocking in the run game with Lazard in there. I expect to see after we get going up the middle, we get that dive going. You chip Lazard to get a linebacker, and Fields pulls it with RPO. We are going to see Fields break one. This is the game, folks. This is the game he breaks a 40-plus yard run, in my opinion. Boomtown, take note. I'll put some of my predictions in the Discord group for the Jets-Bills score predictions. I'll also throw some game predictions in there. Last week, I said we run for 180 yards. We ran for 182. So Fields is going to break a 40-yarder this week. That's this week's big prediction. Justin Fields to run for 90 yards on FanDuel is plus 750. So if you want to make some money, go put some money on Fields to have a big running day. That's my little gambling tip of the week for you. Hope you guys cash. I'm debating having my esteemed colleague, Peter Pins, add that to the bet. We made a bet yesterday. I'm not going to tell you. You guys don't care about my parlay. I don't care about my parlay. Put it in. Don't have it in my phone. Don't have it in my app. Don't think about it. Wait for Peter to text me. We cashed. But ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the Nick Shine Show. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Sunday, 12:30 p.m. DT, Dylan Terriman, and myself will be right here for the game. We hope you join us. We had a really good turnout last Sunday. I did the game by myself. A little difficult to do. I know it's not a regular talk show. I know you guys expect some downtime, but with Dylan, we'll be able to kick it back and forth a little bit, and we'll do our best to get our feeds in sync to give you guys the best viewing experience. I will say now, so you don't have to type it in the chat Sunday. Yes, we will be behind your television stream. Even if we are on the same feed together, there's a 4 to 7 second delay with YouTube before you hear it. So please don't expect us to be in sync with Nance and Romo. That's not how it happens. I will look to get a digital antenna so I can hook up CBS directly and pick up the feed as fast as possible. But then that'll throw me and Dylan off. So there's give or take with this, right? If you want, pause your TV for 15 seconds and sync up with us if you're listening to us and not the television broadcast. People, there's ways to work around this. Sauce Gardner with a little bit of an injury. It's groin. It's worth keeping an eye on. ISU. Yeah, we could do that. We would need the C-man on board. We need him also up by a 1 o'clock game. There's a lot of moving parts with this. There's a lot of moving parts with this. But ladies and gentlemen, if you're here, here's what we got going on. We did a raffle for the game last Sunday. Mike D's nuts. He won. He chose Will McDonald mini helmet autograph. For this Sunday's game, we will have another giveaway. The 2 remaining prizes are a Joe Namath mini helmet or a Braylon Allen mini helmet. So every raffle entry throughout the week, super chats, $5 and up, gifted memberships, get you on the wheel. We had a lot fall off. We had a ton fall off because we did the preseason game and you guys were very generous with gifting. We lost about 50 memberships yesterday. So we were getting close. I support this. I support that. That's fine. Go nuts with it. That's why you're a moderator. People want to be reckless on their shows. You get what's coming to you. So we have a long way to go to get us to the next tier of memberships. We will, obviously on Sunday, we will double everything. But today is a pregame. This is the final look at the Jets-Bills game. So what I'm going to do today, I got about an hour left before I got to go to work. We're going to double today's entries as well. So this is a pregame show. Part of the game in the pregame, raffle entries are doubled. So we're going to double everything today for all of you guys. Excuse me. Shout out to somebody who has been in a ghost town. The legend, Bobby Midnight, member of the channel for 9 months. Hi, Nick, my friend. I am here for you, and you are awesome. Hi to all my other friends. Hello, Bobby. I'm happy that you're okay. Everyone thought you were doing a stream yesterday, but they seem to think that often. I hope you're well. And whatever community you've become a part of where you do not take part in this community anymore, I hope they treat you as well as we do, my friend. I had a couple other things. Very busy morning. I'm tired. I didn't even get to work yet. I go to the gym. I go to ShopRite. I did laundry. I cooked chicken breast. Put all the laundry away. Shower. Sit down. Show. Change. Go to work for 8 hours. It's a hectic day. Hectic day. Rich Samini. Aaron Glenn on the challenge of Josh Allen. He's one of those guys that can will his team to victory. Our will has to be stronger than his, and that's a challenge in itself because of who he is. So this is going to be a game of who's going to out-will each other. I like that quote. You know Josh Allen will do everything and anything to get his team a victory. Who's going to be that guy for us? Who's going to be the guy that puts the team on their back? Everyone looks to the quarterback. Is it going to be Quinnen? Is it going to be Will McDonald? Is it going to be Brees Hall? Is it going to be Fields? Who's going to be the guy that refuses to lose this game? Who's the guy? You got to include Aaron Glenn in that. I love Aaron Glenn on the sideline last week with veins popping out of his neck. I'm not saying I'm on the level of Aaron Glenn as a coach, but I will say when I see Aaron Glenn coaching, it reminds me of me on the sideline. Very intense, very motivating, very unifying the team. Like, don't get your heads down. Something I always said as a coach, as soon as that whistle blows, that play's over. It's done. It's forgotten. Whether you ran an 80-yard touchdown, you missed a tackle, you missed a block, forget about it. You're never going to see that play again. Don't let a negative play be a domino effect of several negative plays because you're thinking about that. That whistle is a reset button. Clear your head, get back to the huddle, do it again. There's no time to hang your head in the NFL. There's no time to be down on things. You're 100% right, Addison. To be fair, though, it's not a super chat. Yes, David, he is a natural leader. He is a natural leader. The job is not bigger than the man. Robert Saleh, the job was bigger than him. Adam Gase, the pile of drugs in front of him was bigger than him. And the role was too big for him. Todd Bowles was too big for him. Great defensive mind, great person. Job was too big for him. You cannot be scared to be great. You cannot be scared to coach. You cannot be scared to make organizational changes to direct your team and lead them to greatness. There's risk, but there's reward. Let's review the offseason real quick. Nick Shine, me, the Nick Shine Show, will tell you guys right now the checklist of things that I thought needed to be done. Number one, get rid of Aaron Rodgers. The Jets did that. Argued with Neil, Bonesy, Jake, 3-on-1 the night of the Jacksonville game on this show for over an hour saying how Rodgers not the guy, you got to let him go. Then I said, bring in Justin Fields. You need a mobile quarterback. He's the best option you have with mobility. Bring him in. Let's see what he can do. Build your team, finish your line, get your defense set, and if it doesn't work out, then you go all in 2026. So far, they brought in Justin Fields. Looks good. One game. I'm not going to go nuts over one game. I'm logical. That's what you get on this show. Logic, rationale. Handsome as hell host, I might say. I know Leany agrees. Gentlemen, don't be afraid. It's okay to compliment another guy. You can do that in the chat. I'll accept that. Then I said, don't expect a lot of big spending in free agency. I don't think they're going to. Everyone was talking about big names. We didn't get any big names. We bargain shopped. We found guys that fit what we want to do. Beck, a fullback, was the first guy that we signed. Jets fans went nuts. What is this? What are we doing here? What is this? Well, you see, it may have not fit your plan and your identity for what you wanted with the team, but it fits theirs. The New York Jets staff have a plan. They have a vision. They draft players. They sign players with a plan to utilize them the right way. You're seeing that. I expect to see more of Beck as the season goes on. I expect to see some more I formation. I expect to see run the ball, bootleg Justin Fields. Now, Justin Fields had a wide open 1-2 yard touchdown run the other day. Now, what if it's 4th and 1 from the 50? And then you run that play and Fields breaks it. He's going to. He's going to break a lot of runs. But when you are up the middle time and time again, your safeties, your linebackers, your ends, everyone's going to be crashing in to stop that. Okay. Whoop. Gotcha. I'm very excited about the levels to this offense. I'm very excited. Like last week, Fields, 22 pass attempts. That's right where we need to be to win. If he's over 25, we're probably not going to win many of those games. I know what you're going to say. Well, he was a 22 and we didn't win. Well, that's because dumb fuck doesn't know what ball to put in, the hand in on a kick return. Justin Fields went down, answered the call. They scored 14 points in 2.5 minutes. We went right back down the field and scored to take the lead. That's the sign of a good quarterback. That's the sound of an offensive coordinator and a quarterback who knows what it takes to get down the field. We got punched, almost got knocked out, but we got up and we fought back. It took a 60-yard field goal to beat us. Not many guys are making that kick. Some of the things that Aaron Glenn said in the offseason and even recently, we want to be a team fans can be proud of. I don't know how any fan can look at what we saw on Sunday and not be excited and not be proud. Did we get the win? No. But you got to dig deeper sometimes. Look at how we were coached. Look at how we performed. Look at how we responded. Look at how the offensive line performed. I was told last week the season was over when AVT got hurt. There were people saying, oh, now we just studied for the draft. AVT's hurt. Wah, wah, wah. Yes, that's how they sound. That's how you sound if you're one of those people who the world is over every time you hear something negative. We know the beginning of the schedule is the toughest part. If we are competing week after week, that second half of the schedule, we're going to be steamrolling motherfuckers. Time and time again. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the Nick Shine Show. Hit the like button if you wouldn't mind. If you were watching and you have not subscribed yet, please do so. We appreciate you guys for doing that. We are on our way to 1,800. Would love to get there before the end of September. That's the goal, to hit 1,800 and then hit 1,900 before October. Want to hit 2,000 before the end of the season. I think we can do that, folks. I think this Jets team is going to unite a lot of people. It's going to bring people in who haven't been here before, and we welcome them with open arms. So you guys are awesome in the chat. I appreciate you all for being here. You guys are like family. I love it. To those of you that are here day after day, show after show, much love to all you guys. You know who you are. You guys are on this channel more than I am. Some of you are here before the show starts. Most of you are here after the show ends. You guys are great. So give me your thoughts, Jets fans. I got some time. Johnny boy, family like West Virginia cousins. All right, sure. But let's take some questions. Obviously, super chats get you in front, get your question on air right away. Gifted memberships, huge on this channel. We were close. We had the new level. We had the new emoji, but there was a glitch with YouTube, and then memberships expire. August was a huge month. Basically, day after day, we're losing. They fall off. The gifts expire. So I appreciate all of you who gift. You are tremendous. I appreciate everything you guys do for this channel, whether it's super chatting, gifted memberships, talking positively about the show in other chats. You guys are incredible. I love all of you. But not you, Johnny boy. You're a little weird and you freak me out at times. Somebody got a moped. Mr. Gorilla Salad says, unless you're Gorman, you block people for no good reason. Oh, block him back next time he shows up. Block him back. Here we go. Let's take some Jets questions. Oh, give me 1 second. Stack. Do you see Clemens getting to a fight with Dawkins? Come on, Stack. Of course. Dawkins is going to bait him. That's one of the signs of coaching. If Clemens doesn't respond, I'm going to tell you guys this right now. If Clemens does the same bullshit that he's done, the New York Jets will hit the waiver wire. They will hit practice squads. They will hit free agency. And Michael Clemens will be released next week if he gets a personal foul for being stupid. Quote me right here, 25 minutes into the show today. If Michael Clemens gets a personal foul and costs this team, he's gone. I'm sure he's been spoken to. I'm sure the coaches are on his ass about this. Not on his ass like Mr. Gorilla Salad is on Charles Gorman for blocking him. But you saw last week, accountability, there's the door. Get out. Michael Clemens cannot go back to the old Michael Clemens in a Jets-Buffalo game. Hit the bricks, pal, if you even think about it. And on that note, I hope he does. I hope it doesn't cost us anything. But if it gets rid of him, I love it. Before the season, I said there's 3 Jets who've been on this team that we need to get rid of. Gibson, I nailed that one. Clemens, hasn't happened yet. Max Mitchell, hasn't happened yet. So I've been on a pretty good run with things to happen with the Jets. I would have liked to see it in the preseason. We'd be 1-0 right now if we got rid of Gibson. But we'll see. I hope he doesn't, Stack. I really hope. Quest says, I see the defense having a better game, but Bills are a better offense than the Steelers, so part of me is worried. Correct. Agree with all this, Quest. But the defensive breakdowns we had were communication. And we didn't know the Arthur Smith, Aaron Rodgers offense. We were the first ones to get a look at it. We've matched up well with Buffalo. Granted, different defensive coordinators, different scheme. I like our matchups. I do. If Sauce plays, I like Sauce on Coleman. I like Carter on Shakir. I'm worried about Kincaid. I'm worried about Cook out of the backfield. But if Sherwood, Quincy, and Cisco can have really good games, I'm less worried. If we can cover the hot routes and get home, you know, Josh sometimes is reckless with that ball. He thinks he can break every tackle for a sack. If we can swipe and punch that ball out, man, and get that ball on the ground, I would encourage you to instantaneously turn your volume down on YouTube. Most of you, or probably all of you, by the time you hear my voice, you'll know the outcome of the play already. If you see something like that happen, just know I'm going nuclear. But good points, Quest. If Fields looks great again and we lose a close game because Adam Stevens can't cut it, do we at least grab the moral victory and run with it? Listen, nobody has us winning this game. The team is not a finished product. You have Malachi Moore in the waiting. You have AZ Thomas in the waiting. These guys are going to see time throughout the season. How much time depends on Stevens and depends on Adams' play. So I'm not ready to say Stevens can't play. I need to see more. Adams' technique in attempting to tackle was upsetting the other day. It really was. It was piss poor. Mike D's Jets says, can we not have the Bills fans take over in the stands? Listen, they travel well. It's a close road trip. You don't have to fly. You can drive down. There's going to be a good portion of them there. And I will be real with you. This is a game where fans who pay ridiculous amounts of money for their tickets can jack up the price and stay home. It's true. When you're not a winning organization, fans will be okay. If you can double the cost. You have a $150 ticket and you could sell it for $300 and sell 2 tickets and get $600 because Buffalo fans are dumb enough to pay it. Make that money, stay home. Put that money aside for next year's down payment in November. Steelers fans, Cowboys fans, jack the fucking price up for the first 3 home games. Make your money back and put it towards next year's tickets. Listen, we fit 82,000 people. There are not 82,000 Jets fans in there week after week. There's probably 60. So we're not sold out. There's plenty of seats available week after week on the secondary market and still on Ticketmaster. Ted says, when we are winning the battles, there should be less frustration. Agreed. Agreed. We got to win the individual battles to win the overall war, right? Excuse me. Maze, turnovers. What are turnovers? Well, turnovers, from what I've Googled, is when the defense makes a play and they either catch the ball being thrown from the quarterback or they knock the ball out from the ball carrier and recover it. Now, recovering it is when you pick it up or you fall on top of a loose ball. I know we haven't seen that in a very long time. Let's hope we start to become that team. King Lowski's here, ladies and gentlemen. And what does King Lowski always say? And what do they have in Buffalo?
Bunch of fat, ugly women.
It's true. It's true. They don't go through tables. The women just fight to get in line for food and they fall through them. That's how it happens. David says, Nick, related to the Jets defense for this game, AG mentioned in the media briefing when Lions DC that he's not a fan of having a QB spy. Not a fan of it and being smart enough to do it anyway are two different things. You cannot be a fan of it, but you might have to say at some point, we got to do this. It's got to be done. I think with Josh, when you do certain blitzes, now granted, I would rather send the extra blitzer and get home than just have a guy standing in the middle of the field. But you do have to be prepared for that because we can't give up 20-yard runs because we send the house and we miss. So there's a lot. I'm not a fan of paying bills, but I have to do it, right? The large stadium works to the Jets' disadvantage in terms of living. Yeah, it does. It really does because there's so many seats available. And New York is a place people want to visit. And if you're going on a road trip, you want to go spend that money on a game you can win. And breaking news, this is a place where a lot of visiting teams have been able to win. That's a narrative we have to change. It would be great to start that Sunday. Get on a 3-game winning streak at home. Beat the Bills, beat the Cowboys, beat the Panthers before. And then beat Denver and London because that's technically a home game. Yeah, I put my sarcastic bullshit voice on for that one. Ladies and gentlemen, hit the like button. You're watching the Nick Shine Show. If you have not already, hit the subscribe button, folks. We got one new subscriber during the show. Welcome. Glad you're here. Glad you enjoy the content. A lot more of it to come. Sunday, 12:30, Dylan Turman and I, right effing here. Johnny Boy with a question. Wilkes will have Stevens playing with better cleats, and why is that important? So he doesn't fall all the time. He was on the ground a lot. Dylan was there. Dylan said firsthand he was on the ground several times. So you make that adjustment. I'm surprised that adjustment didn't get made in game. There are assistants who watch for those things. There's the support staff that will change the bottom of cleats when it's grass. Why not change the bottom of it at home? You see it all the time. Muddy game, snowy game. They put on the longer adjustments, the longer cleats on the bottom. This is funny banter. Alan says 30 plus will win Sunday. Gary K says, so we will score 29. Modine, I am not putting that comment up with the part of the body that you referenced. There's no way we're even going to discuss that body part. Yeah, Mo, it gets loud, right? Even when you have 60,000, it gets loud. But when we get good, you're pushing 70,000 in that stadium. I'll take 70,000 with only 12,000 of the other team. That Patriot game. Mike Garofalo says Ed Oliver got stepped on late in practice Wednesday. He did not get injured Sunday. McDermott called it an accident. He finished practice, then had it checked. Miscommunication on my end on the timing of the injury. My bad on that. Short week with Thursday Night Football next week. So likely going to miss that too. So that's from Garofalo on the Ed Oliver injury. It's even, right? We lost AVT in practice. They lost Ed Oliver at practice. Let's kick their fucking face in. Sorry. I apologize. I know it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. But when we're talking Jets and we're talking this game, I'm a different guy. I'm sorry. Apologies to everyone in the chat and your virgin ears. Let's see. Dolphins at the Bills next week. So Dolphins laying 12.5. Dolphins going up to Buffalo in a short week. Make some money on that. Mike, that was only from Vivid Tickets. Listen, it's the home opener. Fans travel for the season opener. We had a huge contingency of fans out in San Francisco last year. Baltimore had a ton of fans here in 22. Buffalo had a ton of fans here in 23. Vivid Seats said 48% of their tickets being sold were Steelers fans. They could have sold 1,000 tickets. It's only 480 people. So, well, Stack, where you're located, it's nighttime. So, for you, it's allowed. Everyone else, sometimes I got to make apologies for. Oh, that's the wrong. Remove. Bloop, bloop. I put the YouTube link in the chat. I tell you what, folks, I will start us off. I'm going to gift some memberships right now. Let's see if we can get a few out there. I got about a half an hour left. We get some memberships going. We'll drop the call-in link. Don't forget, we have a raffle going on Sunday. Anyone who contributes to the channel during the week is on the wheel for Sunday. Everything gifted today, since it's the pregame show, is doubled for Sunday as well. We have a Joe Namath mini helmet on the line or a Braylon Allen mini helmet. Your choice. Maybe you have a Joe Namath already. Maybe you're a big Braylon fan. Maybe you don't want any Joe Namath stuff in your house because you believe he's part of the curse. My membership went to G Money. Shout out to G Money. And shout out to everyone who watches and supports this channel. Appreciate you guys. David says, Nick and Mo, I agree that 70,000 Jets fans at a home game would make a huge difference for the Jets. I think it's more like for this to happen on a Thursday night game or a Monday night game. There's actually less people at the night games. People from Long Island, people from upstate New York. A lot of them don't travel for the night games. We get going here. I'll tell you when you're going to see a true home field advantage. After the bye, Cleveland, Atlanta. Those are the games, even Carolina beforehand. Those are the games you're going to see majority of Jets fans. Those are the games that we're going to win. Those are the games where fans are going to say, this is going to be a win. I want to be there. I want to be a part of this. I'm not selling my tickets to that one. 1 o'clock games, October and November, huge Jet turnouts. It's September. People have family stuff going on. wives want to do apple picking and all that bullshit. You get into October and November, that's when you really see Jets fans coming out. And if we're good, it carries, excuse me, hiccup. If we're good, it carries on into December. So start winning these home games. Shout out to Modine, ladies and gentlemen. If I got to send Modine a Joe Namath helmet, he's going to send me a video of him dropping a deuce in it. So, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you get your entries in so we outnumber Modine and Modine does not win. But, Mo, I appreciate you. I just hope you don't win the raffle. I appreciate your contribution to the show in the chat and here as well. Ladies and gentlemen, the atomic cock is here. Oh, that's clock? My bad. Sorry, I read that wrong. My apologies. Glitch. Modine gifted another one, ladies and gentlemen. He says, come and get it. His second membership went to Emmanuel Holcomb. And he says his other favorite chatter. So his first one went to Phil Sounds, and the second one went to Emmanuel Holcomb. Thank you, Mo. I appreciate you. As we say in a community that used to exist on a certain channel, you're a nice guy. The Browns historically have a large fan base, but decades of losing has kept many from traveling. Yeah, same as us. But, you know, when you're in New York City compared to Cleveland, there's larger number of people. So there's obviously a larger number of people who could potentially travel. There's been Cleveland fans at Jets games. We've had them there a few times throughout the years. But Modine, you're the man. See, this is why you put up with Modine. If you're going to troll, make a contribution to the show. We'll deal with your trolling because we know it's in good spirit. If you're just someone who shows up and talks shit, you're no fun. And Mo will give and take. When I pick on Mo, he'll laugh. He knows it's good-hearted. So, Mo, thank you. I know I'm going to hate asking this, but Mo, drop your score prediction for Sunday. Curious to see what your thoughts are on this game. Yeah, it's the guy from Amadeus who was also in Animal House. Amadeus, 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 Amadeus. Weird old movie back in the day. Ladies and gentlemen, David D., our resident Detroit Lion fan, along with Patty Grimes, gifted 5 that went to Matthias Morales, Ted, Jets fan since birth, Derek the Cop, and Big Islander fan. Very good list of names right there. Thank you, David. You are in the raffle for 10 more, my friend. I got about 25 minutes. I just dropped the call-in link. Give me your takes. Give me your game predictions. Let's see what you guys think. You're the man, David. I appreciate you, buddy. Modine obviously got hacked. There's no way he did this. He's using reverse psychology. You son of a bitch. Damn you, Mo. Damn it to hell, I say. Ladies and gentlemen, Alan in the car.
Hey, Nick, what's going on? Off topic, just got off a plane to Dallas from Philly with 7 rows of Eagle fans. It was hilarious.
Where did you fly out of?
Because they're flying to Dallas to go to Kansas City.
Where did you fly out of?
That's the stop off. Philly.
Would you have a layover from Vermont?
I went to Vermont. Yes, there's
Okay.
no straight flight from Vermont to Dallas,
Got you.
and they're singing the whole flight. And then there was this one guy who was a Jet fan who said, "Let's go Jets," and they just laughed. It was hilarious. Just one comment on the game. I remember the first game in the Meadowlands last year, and the difference was no Jermaine, and they were forced to have Clemens play the edge. And if Jermaine isn't fully healthy, Josh Allen is going to destroy them off the edge. Just destroy him. I think the Oliver injury, as you mentioned, is huge. I mean, they're already down Hoyt and Ogunjobi. They don't have. They're playing your boy from Kentucky. He's going to get a lot of snaps on Sunday.
I was a really big fan of Deion Walker pre-draft. I wanted him to be the D tackle next to Quinnen. I hope that Tittman and Simpson can keep him in check, and Myers. You know, he's going to be lined up in that A gap a lot. So I didn't see his performance last week. And,
he played okay. I watched a little bit. He played okay. I mean, they got
you can't
shredded
miss him.
by Everett.
He's a massive human being. You can't miss him.
Yeah. I don't know if they've mentioned Tyler Barron, but he can't see the field on Sunday. Is that correct? He can't. He was awful on Sunday. They played him 7 snaps, and they didn't play him after the first quarter, I believe. He was terrible.
Yeah, and you saw. I think they wanted to maybe. I think the plan was to rest JJ a bit, but as it went on, you saw JJ get more and more snaps. He played a lot, and he played a lot early.
What it looked like is they took Barron out and they brought in Briggs, and Briggs played everywhere. I know Briggs inside, and they moved Quinnen to the outside. I mean, they rotated Quinnen, Phillips, and Briggs, but McGregor has to play Sunday. Again, I know Tyler Barron was our draft pick this year. He's not an NFL player right now. He's not even close to an NFL player. So you got to right or wrong. I'm not saying you. I mean, you might have to just release him and hope he gets to the practice squad, but he's not an NFL player, and it serves the Jets no good to play him any snaps on a Sunday. It just doesn't.
No, you're right. You're right. I'm looking at the snaps now.
He had
Briggs
7
only played
snaps on-
12. Tufele played 17. Barron played 7.
Yeah.
For those of you who've been big on Quinnen Williams and his snap percentage, he played 77% of the snaps, 43 of them. Jermaine played 89 and got 50. There was 56 total plays, so they only took him out 6 plays. I'm happy to see that. I'm happy to see that he took that workload and was able to play. Adams, Sherwood, Cisco, Gardner, Stevens, and Quincy Williams played 100% of the snaps.
That's
You
that's
usually don't
great.
change over.
Yeah, the idea that Tony Adams played 100% of the snaps last week is just inexcusable. The way he played,
Yeah.
and
Moore only
he
played 1.
he has
you
to
had to
have a
predict-
short leash.
If you had to predict Malachi Moore's play snaps this week, what would you say? He only got 1 snap on defense last week. Is
We'll say he
5
played-
a good?
No, I think he plays more. I think he plays between 10 and 15% of the snaps. I do.
Wow.
I do. Again,
That would be about.
I've watched. Sorry.
Based off of last week, Barron played 7 plays and got 12%. So about 5 plays would be about 10. 5, 6
Yeah.
plays would be about 10%. Hopefully
Yeah,
they're
pretty
on the field for less. I like Moore's ability to cover. So
Yes.
I might do some things where Moore is in on Cook and Kincaid in certain sets instead of Tony Adams.
Do you see Michael Carter being a guy who defends Shakir most of the game?
I would have him with him everywhere. They love
What?
those crossing routes with Shakir. They love those slot drags, those slots like soft posts, I call it, when you're not deep, but you're
Yeah.
getting right behind the linebackers. Josh will roll out. You see him wide open. They run
Yeah.
through the ref, the middle linebackers. I'm putting Sauce on Coleman.
I
I'm
could see that.
putting Carter on Shakir.
And you
I'll
got
bracket
Stevens on
Palmer with his
Palmer.
speed. Yeah,
Oof.
I'll bracket Palmer side with Stevens and someone else
Oof.
deep. And then I'll have between Sherwood, Quincy, and Cisco, I'm going to count for the running back and the tight end.
I assume Thomas is playing this week. Or did they say anything? Or,
He wasn't inactive last week, but he wasn't listed. When Rich Cimini on Sunday, and I'm on Cimini's Twitter right now. Oh, man, there's so many tweets because they tweet all game. Let me try to get back to it.
and
He
one
broke
final,
down.
sorry.
Go ahead.
One final comment before you continue. You see, I understand why they're trying to incorporate Maui Goa in just because of his size.
Yeah.
I also know he had 7 snaps this week, but again, he provides a different type of size at the linebacker position. I'm not saying he's going to be Jack Campbell, but Jack Campbell playing in Glenn's system at 250 pounds was a difference maker. And the problem was when you play two 230-pound linebackers, you get exposed at times. So I can see Maui Goa, if they give him an opportunity to play a little more, just because of his size, I can see that. With Tyler Barron, he's useless. He's useless on this team. And again, can't be stubborn. If the guy can't play, the guy can't play. You can't give him snaps. So I'd be shocked if he's active this week. And I would not be surprised in the next couple of weeks if they try to sneak him to the practice squad. And if he gets claimed, he gets claimed. But he's not an NFL player right now. So again, right or wrong, cut him and see what you can get in terms of development over the next couple of weeks or throughout the year. But he cannot play in this defense regularly.
Yeah. He'll get there.
Yeah.
I mean, they drafted him with a plan, right? Not everyone comes in and has a first game performance like Armand Membo. Not
That's
everyone
true.
is the highest rated guy in the
He was great.
NFL at their position in week 1. So,
He was great.
and
And
some guys are projects, some guys are depth pieces. We can't expect 5th and 6th round guys to come in and be as good as the starters. There is a trajectory of coaching and time in the league, and sometimes you saw Sherwood. Took Sherwood several years, and now all of a sudden he's the captain.
Yeah.
So there is a plan. I'm not saying Barron will be a captain one day, but this coaching staff drafts with a purpose, and some guys need more time than others.
And one final comment in talking about the Eagles. I remember when the Eagles drafted Lander Dickerson, they looked at him as the heir apparent to Kelsey, and they realized right off the bat that he's going to be a star guard. And I look at Tippmann as the same type of player. See, Tippmann is a guard. And then the Eagles realized when Kelsey retired, they had to find a guy like Jurgens. They drafted Jurgens. And I think that's exactly what the Jets are going to do. Tippmann cannot play anything but guard. And then you could find a center in next year's draft, or maybe Myers can play himself into a position. But again, I do not want to see Tippmann play center anymore. I just don't. He does not.
Listen, I hope Myers
as
plays well enough
effective
to be here long term, Alan. If Myers plays
Yeah.
and has 100% pass protection block rate, and we're running the ball for 180 yards a game, Myers is going to be your center for the foreseeable future. You're not going to change. If you're running
could see that.
180 a clip a week, and you run for more than 2,800 yards as a team, and you're top 5 in the league, and you're not giving up sacks and pressures, you're going to give Myers might be the first guy to get an extension.
So here's the last question. What
Shoot.
percentage of snaps do you see Clemens this week? Not a good matchup, but I'm just curious.
Let me see. I had it. I lost it. That's what she said. He played 30 snaps last week.
You think he's around there or even less? Not a good matchup, honestly.
I think a little less because I think Buffalo will throw the ball more.
they will.
And Will McDonald didn't have a high percentage of plays. I'm trying to get back to it. Give me a second here.
No problem.
I mean, all these guys tweet a lot. Here we go. Got it. McDonald played 31 snaps for 55%. Jermaine played 50 snaps for 89%. Clemens played 30 snaps for 54%. I would see Clemens down probably about 40% of the snaps. I think he maybe drops about 25
This team, defensively, and before I go, they need another run stuffing edge to back up Jermaine.
Yeah,
They don't
they
have that
do.
on the
But
roster.
that's Clemens, and it's not ideal.
Yeah.
It's not long term, but you can't bring in all of your guys in one off season.
You see,
So what they did, they looked at everything and said, we want to bring Myers in for depth. Myers is a great signing, right? How valuable did
Good.
Myers signing look?
He played
They
well. He
brought
played
in
well.
Beck. He's got purpose. They made the trades for the defensive tackles. They drafted a linebacker. They drafted an end. They drafted a safety. They drafted a corner. They're bringing in their guys. And through the years of attrition, I firmly believe this is Michael Clemens' last year with the Jets. I also think part of me thinks he doesn't make the entire season. If he goes bonehead dumbass on Sunday with Dawkins, he'll be gone. He'll be gone.
And you will see a guy on the other side of the field in AJ Epinesa, who signed for 2 years at $12 million. He is the perfect complement to JJ. He doesn't need a lot of snaps. He
Surprised
plays
you're
both.
talking highly about him. I can't recall. What school did he go to? Penn State?
He's a boy. He's in Iowa. Even though
I know he is.
even though his younger brother is going to be a superstar in the next couple of years. I'm just saying that.
Where is he? Is he at Iowa?
He's actually a redshirt freshman for Iowa right now. He plays line. He's actually at 240. I mean, the problem with AJ is AJ played at 265, 270. So he was like JFM. He was like a tweener, and they really couldn't play him on every down. But the one thing he does for Buffalo is he sets the edge extremely well in limited snaps. So that's what the Jets need.
ISU saying, let's fluff AJ Espinoza because he just played for the team that just lost to Iowa State.
AJ did not play that game. Thank you very much, but I appreciate it. Always a pleasure, Nick, man.
Be good, man.
Have a good one.
Take care. A couple comments to get to. Dylan said, do we think Keon Coleman is really worth a shadow, or should we just play sides? Do I think Keon Coleman is worth the shadow? No. Do I think Keon Coleman is worth shadowing so he's not against Stevens often? Because Coleman will go up and get jump balls. For that, yes. I don't want Stevens, who has difficulty turning around and locating the ball and then just throwing back shoulders, fades, jump balls to Coleman time and time again. I would rather Sauce be in that situation and Stevens be in a situation to run and cover with Palmer instead of the other situation I just explained. But that's where I think you're going to see maybe on key plays, big passing downs. He might not shadow him the entire game, but I think you're going to lock him up on big moments in the game. So a little bit of both, Dylan. David says Jermaine Johnson playing 50 snaps and playing very well was probably the best news for the Jets in the entire game. Agreed. I projected, Dylan and I did a pregame or a post-training camp show, and we were discussing it. I thought 24 snaps would be a very good sign of things to come. Nobody thought he would play 50 snaps in 89% of the plays. So that's just the beginning for him. That's a really good beginning, right? Just like with the offense. Joe Tittman at right guard, that's the beginning point of right guard. I'll take it. Armand Membu neutralizing TJ Watt. That's the beginning point. I'll take it. There's a lot of good signs with this team, folks. There are a ton of good signs with this team. Ladies and gentlemen, call off the missing persons. Hello, Bob.
Hello, everybody. How you doing? I did it again, Nick. Last night I was going to have a show. Guess what happened to me?
Drug overdose and slept for 20 hours?
No, you got the second part right. I fell asleep on my chair. You know how I do that all the time. Remember that? It was caught live on air.
Many times.
Many times, yeah. So, yeah, I got to keep that phone on because if I could hear it, oh, God, man. And then
you have a good reason to turn that ringer off with somebody who calls you.
Yeah. But I think he's getting a little better.
All right.
Getting a little better. But that's what I've been missing. But tonight I'm going to have one after Jake's show.
Bob,
Friday.
You live up in the New England region. right? What
Yeah,
do they have
Vermont.
up there?
A bunch of fat, ugly women.
Yes, fat ugly men too. We got fat
Alright.
ugly men too. So yeah, I think the Jets are gonna beat Buffalo.
I hope.
What?
I hope.
I don't think Buffalo got lucky that game. I'm telling you, got lucky that game.
Oh,
You know?
there we go.
No, it's spam. Ugh, I hate spam. No, I think no, Buffalo got lucky to beat the Ravens. That's what I have to say. They got lucky, and the Jets are going to play a good defense against Allen, I think, and then
I hope, man.
Clemens.
We've had his number. We've
Yeah.
I know it's a different defensive scheme with Salah, and we forced him into mistakes. But
Yeah,
if we can get Josh to be turnover Josh again,
Yeah.
I really like our chances.
we only lost by 3 at home last year to them. Remember?
Yeah.
Didn't
I
we
do.
lose on a field goal to them?
Yeah, we lost 23-20 because our
Yeah,
quarterback
see
finished drive.
that guy who hit that field goal last week, the 60-yarder. The Giants had that happen to them with Graham Gurneau. He hit a 63-yarder to win the game, right?
Yes, sir. How do you feel
Yeah.
about your Giants signing Xavier Gibson, the guy who just
No,
fumbled and cost us the game?
they're dumb as ass. That's all I have to say. They are dumb. They are stupid. Wonder why the Jets got rid of Gibson. You want an idiot like that? It's like the Dolphins always re-signing the Jets ex-quarterbacks, you know?
Now,
They
Bob,
got Zach
the
Wilson.
summer's
now.
over, right?
Yeah.
It's getting cold up there in Vermont.
Oh, at night it's getting freezing cold. Yes.
Can we show everyone the highlight of your summer?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm staying right here.
Oh, look at my eye! Oh, look at my eye!
You're ridiculous. What the fuck? What the Look at that, he's laughing. That's funny. The gay to put that together.
That was your audio clips from the night that you and Jake went head to head and you were screaming and flipping out.
Christmas, yes. I like your new cartoon though. That was good. You and I think it's Blitz BK.
Oh, this one?
Let's welcome our next caller. Ladies and gentlemen, it's... What's on your mind, my friend?
We've been beat up, laughed at, kicked while we down. Told we no good, just a circus of clowns. We hear our team is no good and our owner's a bum. Making poor decisions with help from his son. Back the F off, please keep your hands off the team. For you this is a business, for us we bleed green. You got Muji and Glenn to make decisions that's tough. So just sign the checks then shut the F up. Cause year after year you like to mess things up. And on behalf of Jets fans, enough is enough.
I get it. We're all frustrated. But let me tell you why it's going to turn around. It's shine time, game time 2025. Need a Super Bowl win while I'm still alive. We got O-line, defense, backs who can run. With Wilson and Sauce, this could still be fun. Don't stress, don't fret, don't worry about the past. With Glenn at the helm, we'll turn around fast. It's time to tell you what you need to know. Sit back, relax, it's the Nick Shine Show.
Yes, that was a good one. I enjoyed that. That's
I was
you.
watching you dance.
Tomorrow
You were enjoying that, huh?
tomorrow me and Michael have to go to our friend's awake. Like they're gonna have a awake for him.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy.
He died. He was a great guy. He went to Mexico and helped them build houses down there. And I think it was because of the water down there situation. He got cancer from it.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, tomorrow. So I'm gonna hopefully could do it later. If not, I know you guys, Dylan and you are doing good to get. Well, I knew Dylan had to go to that first game, right?
Yeah, he was there last week.
Yeah, it is very hard to do. Isn't it hard to do a game when you're streaming. We're always like a minute
That's
behind.
easy. I just, I'm not trying to do play-by-play. It's more of
Yeah.
reaction. So just look at the plays, break it down, tell everybody
Oh,
what I
okay.
see from my
Because
perspective.
when I did it, like I'm like 30 seconds a minute behind everybody else, and it's horrible to keep up.
Yeah.
So,
But,
yeah.
all right. Ladies and
Okay.
gentlemen, I got to
You
head
got
out
it.
to work soon. Bobby,
Yeah. Okay.
thank you for calling in.
Yeah. Well, this is the time I could call in. I can't. I fall asleep sometimes. I get tired at night. Get cranky.
Who the fuck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down.
Ladies and gentlemen, the legend, Bobby Midnight. I can't tell you when he's appearing. I can't tell you where he's appearing because obviously he falls asleep anywhere, any place, anytime. But that brings us to a new segment on the show. Not a new segment, a new introduction to the end of the show.
Now let's go to What Did We Learn Today, courtesy of Nick Shine.
What did we learn, ladies and gentlemen? Drop your what did we learn. I got to get out the door. I got to go work. What did we learn today, folks? What did we learn? Drop your information, your knowledge, the wisdom that got bestowed upon you during the show. David gifted 5. Thank you, David. So I'm going to gift 1 for your 5. Appreciate you. Mine went to just the tip, man. Just the tip, man. Hashtag Johnny Quotes. Hashtag Johnny Quotes. So drop what did we learn? Thank you, Dave. You're a nice guy. I learned Jaden will hit the like for Stack. Hell yeah, Rich. I learned Rich is not a member of the channel. We got to change that. Can we get Rich a gifted membership, folks? We got to get Rich. Rich got to be in green. Any more? What did we learn? Oh, look at that. They're making some changes here. All right. It's time to kick it up to Canada, ladies and gentlemen. ISU. I learned Allen still never misses a chance to fluff a former Iowa player, but surprisingly did not call his idol Joshy when he had the chance. Yeah, I think it's more typing that. Saying it is a little cringe. I think typing it plays better. That's like a pet name. Don't do it out loud. I feel bad that I said it when I'm reading your comment, you bastard. You tricked me, ISU. You and your evil ways. But ladies and gentlemen, drop the Boomtown emoji. Boomtown, please tell everyone, what did you learn today? Sharon, late again. Sharon, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, around 12:30. Sign up for notifications on the channel. Hit the bell. That way you know when I go live. But the way the show schedule looks right now is Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, 12:30 p.m. I'll try to mix in a night game, a night show here and there. Stay tuned for Saturday. I'm not sure my plans yet for tomorrow. There might be a show. I don't know if I'm going to do one early. Next week, Wednesday, is my son's 17th birthday. He's got his driver license test in the morning, so I will not be on Jake on Wednesday. I reached out to Matt O'Leary. He's going to take my spot. I'm going to take Thursday. So that's where you'll see me. But ladies and gentlemen, Boomtown learned the Jets need to stop giving away their chips. Fields is breaking 40-plus yarder this Sunday. Nick Shine official prediction. Gorman was reckless and will pay for it. Hell yeah. You don't treat people well, expect to get treated the same way. Boomtown bonus. When a huge Jets play happens, your first instinct should be not to cheer, rather to turn your volume down. Very few virgin ears remaining after today. No direct flights from Vermont to Dallas. I also learned that being around Eagles fans is awful, but being in a plane with them might even be worse. Hopefully, they get their teeth kicked in. Can't root. It's like Dallas versus Eagles. You don't want to see either fan base happy. Now it's Chiefs and Eagles. You don't want to see either fan base happy. Hopefully it's a 0-0 tie with 50 turnovers in the game. But ladies and gentlemen, I am out. I got to head to work. Thank you for watching. Make sure you hit the like button on your way out. Let's check and see. We got one more new subscriber. Let's try to get 2 more. If you're watching the show, hit the subscribe button. It'd be very awesome of you. It'd be super duper fantastic. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm unsure about tomorrow. Maybe tonight after work, if the people are around and want to hang out, the Discord will tell me. Maybe we'll do a show tonight. Yeah, Rick Kent, man. Got to get you 9:30 West Coast time, Rick. Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, 9:30 a.m. I know that's when you're shortly after you get to work. But, Rick, thank you for popping in. If you need something to listen to, feel free. Rewind. Enjoy. It's my gift to you, my friend. Let's kick some ass on Sunday. We'll be right here for the show, 12:30. Dylan and I. See you then. And ladies and gentlemen, Rick Kent's here.
Welcome, my friends. It's a shine time. Shine time. It's time to talk about the Jets. Don't you know it's shine time? Shine time. It's shine time. Time to be with my friends. Hey.